So sorry. Um,
Okay, not an issue. Yeah.
yeah.
So, can we start, or
Yes,
do
please.
we need
Yes,
to wait
please.
for anyone
No, no,
from
nobody,
the?
nobody
Okay, in the training side, is there anyone?
from the training side.
HKR training, they are on mute. Okay,
Oh,
not an issue. Two
okay.
people joined, not an issue. So, yeah, go ahead, Mayuri.
You can start, Sachin.
Okay. So, Nitu, before starting,
Yes.
I would like to understand the experience which you have, and what do you want to learn about this particular product?
Okay. So, well, to give you a bit of a background from my side, uh, I've got about 15 years of experience in SAP on different modules. So I started off as an ABAPer, then I moved to MM, then I learned HANA, then I moved into business objects, and then I'm now into pre-sales. So it's like for me balancing my family and work. So I've moved into pre-sales role. Now we've got a requirement of implementing SAP commissions, not compensation. So it's commissions. Because we have a client who has this requirement where they have to deal with dealers. So in that space, I would like to upskill myself and get more training on SAP commissions, which is now known as incentive management.
Management.
Uh, yeah. So saying so, I've I've had access to the Learning Hub. So I have done the training THR 70, that is Incentive Management Academy.
Management.
So
Okay.
I've done that training.
Micro
So
learning.
yes, I've basically from Learning Hub.
Yeah, yeah, but
So
go ahead.
and I've covered that requirements that is required for the certification, and I've taken up the certification as well. Well, saying
Okay.
so, I have no practical knowledge, so I want to upskill myself on that side where if I'm practically exposed and I have some requirement to implement and configure SAP Commission, how
Okay.
would I do it given a client requirement? For example, dealers. If my company is a car manufacturing company and I have uh, 10 dealers to work with or two dealers to work with, how am I going to
Okay.
build an incentive plan for them? How are they going to how are we going to have a workflow to help them resolve any dispute? Um, how are we going to build in commission plans? How will the whole entire system be set up?
Okay.
This is something
Basically,
I need to
yeah,
understand.
yeah, yeah. In short, like what I understood, basically you want to have a complete a new implementation from scratch
Correct,
for your
correct,
customer.
correct.
Okay. Okay, I'll start. Okay, I'll share my screen. I
Yeah,
have a small presentation. Okay,
yeah.
which might
So
not good in the look wise, but you will get the idea. Yeah,
that's
go ahead.
fine.
Yeah,
So will
I'll.
you be able to share this video with me after you finish your training, after you finish the demo?
I think that is from HKR side.
Okay, that's fine.
It's up to them because I have not started the recording of video.
Oh, okay. I thought
Okay,
it
they have
said
started.
to record. Okay, they have started. Okay, that's fine,
Yes.
Sachin. One thing before we start, I would like to know if HKR are certified SAP training. Do they fall under certified SAP training providers?
I don't know much about it, but as far as my
Okay.
understanding, they are certified or not. they can give the better idea from HKR
Clarification.
side. Yes,
Okay.
but I would like to share about myself. Okay,
Sure.
we
Please.
can have a discussion.
Please, please.
I hope my screen is visible to you.
No, no. I can only see the participants. That is two people from
Can I
HKR. That
already
is
started. Mayuri, is it visible to you?
Yes, Sachin, I can see you.
Can you see why she's not able to see Nitu? Or can I stop and share
Oh,
again?
I can see. No, no, no. I can see your screen
Yeah,
now.
okay. That's good. Okay. So we'll start with I'll give you overview. Okay, basically. See
Yeah.
in the agenda what I'm trying to cover, a background of myself. Okay. Then I will give you the overview of incentive management. And in that we will discuss about your the what you want to do the implementation. I'll explain the scenarios also, then we can have a
Mm.
discussion. Okay, giving a
Okay.
background of myself. Okay, I do have a 16 years of experience in the IT. Okay, I started
Mm-hmm.
my career in initially when I started that time I worked on the Visual Basic and other things. Okay, then down
Mm-hmm.
the line moved to the Oracle PL SQL, and then I moved to the SAP Incentive Management. Okay, in the SAP
Mm-hmm.
Incentive Management, I do have a implementation from scratch also, and implementation of a particular you can say the model which is small one, a small scale module. Okay, and I
Mm-hmm.
do have in that experience of 8 plus of years. Okay. Initially, when I started working on the SAP incentive management, my first customer was a telecom domain customer. Okay. And in the telecom domain, I worked at for Germany clients, and I
Mm-hmm.
was there in the Germany for as a on-site. Okay, then I learned it and we did the implementation. So now I'll give you the brief. Okay, how the flows and other things I didn't made it in the presentation. Okay, but I'll tell you there are
Mm-hmm.
different types of a commission implementation. Okay,
Okay.
that I'll explain you. And apart from that, I do have a experience for other domains also, insurance and medical customers also. Okay, their needs and what they want to achieve by working with the SAP commission. Okay, that I'll
Mm-hmm.
explain you. Okay, so
Okay.
this is about me, and currently I'm associated in one of the telecom company. Okay, and I'm handling their complete incentive management, and I'm working as a solution architect there, and I'm leading team
Okay.
too.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so now going ahead, I will explain you. Okay, this part I'll explain. First, I'll tell you the implementation.
Mm-hmm.
SAP, okay, now they moved to the completely SAP incentive. Okay, earlier it was when they do, SAP has taken Calidus Cloud. Okay, in the
Yeah.
Calidus Cloud, they have a different types of implementation. Okay, one implementation they used to call the a implementation with a landing pad or a custom code implementation. Okay, where
Mm-hmm.
customer needs cannot be satisfied with their only product as a service as a go. Okay, or you can say the SaaS. So where customer will receive the data from different source system, and we need to feed that data to the SAP commission. Okay, because SAP
Okay.
commission has a specified their ODI files. Okay, and that ODI
Okay.
files will take data, and they will process the ODI files, and then that data will be loaded into the SAP commission. So in a mostly the large implementation wherever happen, okay, in that situation they do have a landing pad, and they are using landing pad as a data integration layer, where they will
Okay.
do the ETL kind of work. Okay,
Okay.
they will
Okay.
process the data, means they will receive data, they will process, they will transform, and they will create a ODI files, and that ODI file sent to the SAP commission, and from there the SAP commission, okay, or the now it's a incentive management, it will load that file, and after loading
Yeah.
that file it will
Yeah.
start its processes. Okay, this is the large implementation, and as is implementation, you can say just take the product. Okay, and
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
three methods through which you can load the file data into the SAP commission. As you
Okay.
have done the certification, you might be aware. Okay, through the Excel loader also we can upload the data. By
Yeah.
sending the on ODI files to the commission, we can do. Another option is like you can create a manually, but creation of
Yeah.
manual it will take a longer time.
Yeah.
Okay, so to create ODI files, you need to have a certain format that will process the data and it will create automatically. Else, you need to keep a one person to prepare that file and send it to the commission.
Yeah.
Correct. So these are
Yes.
the ways to send the data. Once
Okay.
you send the data to the commission, then the actual calculation will start. Okay, now the way you mentioned, okay, you want to calculate a commission for the dealer, correct?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are the uh, things things, or you can say what are the data you would require for a commission calculation? One you mentioned, that is
Mhm.
dealer. Another,
Yeah.
you required a transaction, which dealer are doing the sales. Then
Yeah.
next, what do you require? You required which products they are selling,
Yeah.
correct? So
Yeah.
these three information if you have, then you can do the calculation. Okay, and the
Sure.
way you mentioned, there are different types of payment cycles. Okay, you
Yes.
can pay a weekly, you can pay bi-weekly, you can pay monthly, or you can pay
Yeah.
quarterly, or you can pay the way you configure it. Okay, and
Yeah.
that configuration is completely done through the calendar.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that if you
Yeah.
configure the calendar, that is the first thing which you need to do. You need to configure the calendar. Once you configure the calendar, then you can start to looking other aspects. Okay,
Correct. Mm.
the way you mentioned, now you want to onboard the dealers. So if you want
Yeah.
to onboard dealer, means where that particular thing will come, consider that will become as your org history, or you can say the organization, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
That are employed to your organization and either employee or external people that you need to
Correct.
pay to them. So that become your organization. In the organization you have certain levels, okay, or certain
Mm.
other workspaces. The workspaces like you have a participant, you have a position, you have a relationship and title. I'll start explaining from the title. Okay, title
Mm.
means
Mm.
the particular title which can you can see which can combine a same type of employees. Okay,
Mm.
the way
Mm.
we are we all are working under one designation, that is our title,
Mm.
and
Mm.
that title can have a multiple employees. Okay, so similar way,
Mm.
if you are paying to the dealer, you will create a title by mentioning as a dealer title or some name, whichever is convenient to your organization or to you,
Mm.
which is more meaningful. Okay, once you create the
Mm.
title, then you will create a participant. Okay, and for
Mm.
creation of title, there is also you can send data through the ODI files or upload it by Excel or create it manually, because titles will be limited titles, so there won't be a huge data for titles, because your organization must have a specific designation. Once you have a
Correct.
employee, then you have a manager, and then you have a
Mm.
regional manager, like that,
Mm.
correct?
Mm,
So you will
mm,
create a title first. Then you will start
mm,
onboarding or loading your actual dealer data. So dealer
mm,
data, why in the SAP incentive you have two types of things to particularly hold your all the information, the way employee information or org information, like the participant and position. Okay,
correct.
now the participant, once you create a participant, that is your actual pay. Okay,
Mm,
actual pay means to whom you are going to pay the commission. Okay,
correct.
and now you should ask me, like, why do we require a position then? Okay,
Mm,
position is
mm,
required because SAP commission will actually calculate the commission to the position level. It won't do the calculation on the participant level. It will do the calculation on position level, and in whatever position we are creating, to that position we are assigning our title
mm,
which
mm,
we
mm,
created. Okay,
mm,
and
mm,
this position we are assigning to a participant. Okay,
mm,
now you
mm,
will ask me, like, my organization has a relation like one payee can have only one position, means he will just get, means he has one position, or he is playing a multiple roles in your organization,
yeah.
then you can create
Mm,
a multiple position for him.
mm,
Okay, then you can assign accordingly, but this
mm.
position can have only one title.
Only one pay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
title, and
Title.
the
Title.
relation is like that. One
Mm.
participant can have a multiple position, but one position cannot
Can
have a
have only
multiple
one.
participant.
Can have
Okay.
only one participant. Yeah. Mm.
Yes, once you have this relation, like you created an employee, participant, and position, then you created your manager position, everything. Okay, now you
Mm.
want to map this particular thing in your system. Means if
Yeah.
I am an employee, I am generating a sales, and I generate a consider a $10,000 sale, and that based
Mm.
on that sale, my manager should get some commission.
Correct.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
how will he do? Because manager is not generating any sales, he just required
Correct.
a commission amount. So
Correct.
for that, what we need to do, we need to set up a relationship between our
Okay.
managers and our employees, those who are actually generating the sales, or you can say the sales agents. Okay,
Correct.
once you done this all setup in your organization, then your org history is ready to use. Okay,
Ah.
okay,
Okay.
now
Yeah.
I'll tell you the ODI files for participants. You have a ODI file, that file name is OGPT. Okay,
OGPT.
yes,
Yeah.
for position you have a ODI file is OGPO. Then for
OGPO.
relationship, OZ, I think RL, something like that. Okay, but
Uh-huh.
usually relationship we used to create through the system. You can send it ODI files also, that is not issue. And for title also some ODI file is there, but due to the less data of title, we are directly creating title manually or through the Excel uploader.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Mm.
comes to, I'll take you to the next slide. Once you have your
Mm.
org data, okay, now
Mm.
you need to set up your products which they are selling. Correct.
Correct. Correct.
So that product you can set it up. Okay, wait, here itself, that product you can set it up as a classifications.
Okay.
Okay, and that option is available under your plan data workspace. You will get a classification. So there you need to
Yeah.
configure your classifications, and in that classification you can configure your multiple things, like multiple products, the way you want it. Okay, and
Uh-huh.
basically all the things once you configure, like your org history, then classification product also you configured. Now the question comes, how will you load the data, which is actually sales generated by your sales agents. So,
Yeah.
okay, so that data you will load it through the transaction orders, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So transaction is like the actual sales generated by your sales agent. Now,
Sales measure.
now you should know, or like you should aware what are the fields you need to pass it to the commission. Okay,
Yeah.
the fields you should, like this particular transaction is having a certain field mapping. Okay,
Uh-huh.
SAP commission or incentive management, it will provide you some standard fields, okay, some custom
Mm,
fields, okay. Standard fields, I think around 10, they will provide 10 or 15 standard fields. Then it comes to your custom fields, they will provide 32, okay. And in these fields, you can put it your data the way you want it, okay.
uh-huh.
Consider the standard fields, I'll tell you. First thing is like your compensation date. Then your
Uh,
comes as a transaction ID. Then it comes your like your order ID. Then it comes your line, subline. So one transaction can have a multiple sublines. That should be
yeah.
that could be the real scenario in the real world.
Mm,
Okay, so you can get
yeah.
a multiple subline also,
Yeah.
and then on top of this you have a order also. So
Order.
each
Yeah.
order, like you can refer or you can reference to your existing knowledge, the way your sales order is having. One sales order
Mm,
can have a multiple details lines,
mm,
correct?
mm,
So your
mm,
order and transaction, that way you can refer or you can understand it. So order
mm,
will be like only kind of a header information. It will contain
mm,
of specific fields
mm,
which your organization want to map it to that order.
mm,
And then
mm,
transaction can have a all detail level information, like
mm,
who has done the sales, like what kind of product is sold through this
mm,
transaction, then
mm,
what charge he has applied on this. Any other
mm,
information like you want to put it, like uh, if this particular sales is done by a agent or like below that also person, so you can identify you by putting a particular value in a fields in the
mm,
commission. Okay,
mm,
once you have your org history, then your product, and then transaction, now the
mm,
part comes to your calculation. Okay,
mm,
for the calculation we do require certain things. Okay, the
mm,
things like you can say you required a rule configuration. Okay, you
yeah.
require rule configuration, then you required a compensation element, which are the element you can configure it. Suppose
Mm,
if I sold X product, on that X product how much commission you are going to pay to on this X product, so you need to store somewhere that information.
mm,
And that
mm,
information you can store it either in your lookup tables. Okay, lookup table is nothing but like your multi-dimensional table, which can have,
mm,
which can contain information like the way normal your Excel table or any other table can have a information. If
mm,
this particular is product sale sold between so and so date, that particular agent will get a this much commission. Okay,
mm,
then fixed values, like you can use it as your constant.
mm,
This should be like this only, the fixed values. And the
mm,
formulas, like instead of creating a multi-line code, you can split that particular code and you can put it in the formulas, and you can make that formulas as a reusable component throughout your rules. Okay, and the
okay.
way earlier in my discussion I mentioned the quotas. Suppose
Mm-hmm.
a sales agent has done a sales of 20,000 or $10,000, manager should get X amount. So
Mm.
that thing I can configure in the quotas, and through that I can achieve it. And the variables is nothing but like, you can create a variables of your formula, you can create variables of your lookup, and that variables you can use it throughout the commission. For
Mm.
that reason they have given these compensation elements. Okay, now
Mm.
you have created your compensation element as per your requirement. Now the point
Mm.
comes to your rule configuration. Okay, so the rule
Mm.
configuration is like, first rule will come in a picture, that is your credit rule. Okay,
Correct. Mm.
credit rule has a two types. One is your direct credit, then another is the indirect credit.
Indirect.
Okay,
Indirect.
and
Mm.
credit you can create it on two way. Okay, you can
Mm.
create it directly on your order, or you can create it on your transaction. But
Mm.
whatever implementation I have done it, it's preferable or it's better to have a rule on the transaction level, because order and transaction is like one to many relation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one order can have a multiple transaction.
Mm.
So it would be difficult for you to, if it is a multiple transaction, then how will you identify a particular field, and how will you map it, and how will you generate the commission? So it will be
Mm.
challenging for you. So for that
Mm. Mm.
reason, mostly all the people or the developer, they will do the rule configuration, credit rule configuration on the transaction level, because you will get
Mm.
it a minute level of information, so that you can generate a commission the way you want it, or the way your business needs.
Mm.
Okay, so credit, like in the credit also you need to do the configuration. So do you have any like access to environment, any they have provided you for learning purpose?
Uh, Not yet, not yet. They're going to, but I would love to get an server access as well where I can practice all these things.
Okay,
So as of now, not yet.
server access from whom?
From
From
HKR.
HKR.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
okay, okay. So you can check with them, because as far as my understanding, SAP incentive means SAP is providing the licenses based on their pays.
Correct.
Okay, for training,
Mm.
I don't know how they will provide it.
Okay.
Okay, so for the rule configuration, now the concept comes here. Okay, for the rule configuration, if
Mm.
now consider you and me have a IT background, okay, so we can understand
Mm.
programming things another way. But
Mm.
this product is made up for the people, those who don't know much of it. They just can
Mm.
uh, they just need to write a very minimum line of code based on some fields and the configuration. And the code is not, you cannot say it's something programming language or anything. You just need to put it the field. If this particular
Mm.
field is having this information, then you need to do this thing. So
Mm.
basically, the SAP incentive management has a low code, no code funda.
Mm.
Okay. So in the credit rule, once you do the configuration, consider, and for this configuration, whatever transaction you are importing in your system,
Mm.
okay, for that
Mm.
you need to configure this particular thing. Wait, let me put a highlighter. Not this one. I'll take a this thing, event types. You need to configure the event
Mm.
types. For
Mm.
this transaction, once you configure the event types, then you can identify that particular event type in your credit. And
Mm.
once you identify that transaction in your credit, Then on
mm,
based on that transaction, you need to, if you want to apply certain other logics, you can apply it, or directly you can generate a commission of a particular amount. The way I
mm,
earlier mentioned, if my product is sold, you can take that, give this much of commission to them. Then this credit,
mm,
as I mentioned, has a two types. One is direct and one is indirect one. So
indirect.
direct credit is your, like, this person who is doing the sales for him as a direct credit,
Mm,
and indirect is
mm,
for the person who is not doing the sale but he wants a commission. That is your manager.
mm, mm,
Okay, so this particular thing you need to set it up in the relationship. Once you
mm,
have the direct credit, then you can use this credit type. Okay, this credit type you need to
mm,
configure in the global values. Okay,
mm,
here you can use
mm,
this credit type in your indirect transaction, and then you can roll it up
mm,
the commission to your managers.
mm,
Okay, then next comes to your measurements. So the measurement
mm.
rule will be like your, you can say, the aggregated one. Two types
Mm.
of there for the measurements. Can you name it out for measurement?
Sorry?
Can you name it out? Two types of measurement rule.
Ah,
It's a primary measurement and the secondary measurement.
primary, secondary measurement. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah,
So the primary measurement, what it will
yeah,
do, it will aggregate all your credits. Okay.
yeah.
It will just
Mm.
provide you the aggregated value, and that you can use it in your secondary measurement and do some
Okay.
logic and decide how much commission you need to pay. Now
Mm.
comes to the part of incentive. Incentive is also having two types. One is your, tell me.
Mm-hmm. I forgot.
Okay. Once is your
I'm sorry. It is
commission
12:30 in the
and,
night for me, and my brain is switched off. I'm just
no, not
noting
an
down
issue.
what.
Not an issue.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Here also you
It's a
have two
shame,
types of
but
rules.
I have done it, but I have forgotten because it's
Yes.
12:30 in the night, and I've had a long day today, so
Oh,
my
okay,
brain
okay.
is completely switched off.
Not an issue, not
Sorry
an
about
issue,
that.
not an issue. Okay, here is
But
also
trust
have
me, I've done the training and I understand the working knowledge of
correct.
it. So
Once
no,
you get the access of server and other things, you will get
I
it
said
more
working
hands-on.
on it. See, it's very different from having a theoretical working
Correct.
knowledge to having a hands-on working knowledge. So whatever I have read and whatever I have done is just to understand the concept. Um,
Okay.
how much you'll remember it, it's only when you work on it.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
that
I
part
agree.
is that's where I lack. I've not worked on it. I've just theoretically I've gone through everything. But how much I
Okay.
can remember is up to my memory power, which is very down.
Yeah, yeah, not
So
an issue. Like you can do the revise also. Then it would be like in the demonstration itself, if I explain you everything, it would be like huge for you. Once you get the
yeah,
access and other things, we can have a further discussion on this. So in this
definitely.
particular discussion, do you have any question to me?
See, in whatever you're telling me is perfectly what we are targeting at. This is exactly what we need to understand on how to do it. Because most of the people that I've asked for, they always talk about compensation. We're not touching compensation at all. We're only focusing on commission side.
Commission side.
And this is exactly what we are focusing on and we need. And coming to the other thing is, when I was speaking to my colleague today, he was telling me, well, we have a lot of hierarchy structures in our data that needs to be loaded. So how will commission handle hierarchies?
Hierarchy, like how many levels of hierarchy you have? Like
That I
one,
did
two,
not ask him.
two, three, four, five.
Basically, Basically, for example, take it two levels of hierarchy,
Two levels
you
you
know,
can manage it,
or
okay.
three levels
In the three
hierarchy,
levels
you
also
know.
you can manage it. In my current project we are managing a 5 level of hierarchy.
Five level of hierarchy, okay.
Yes, so that.
Because that is exactly what he told me today.
Hmm,
Yeah, because we've got a car, for example, a car manufacturing client. They've
hmm.
got data from different sources. They manage it in high. Some data are stored in different levels of hierarchies. I did not ask how many levels, but he was telling me how are we going to get all that data into commission is our challenge. Well, I'm not an expert in that field, so I had no, I didn't, I said, I don't know, you know. Um, that's where we would need your expertise, guidance.
Yes, yes, that
How do
we
we
can.
handle, how do we
See,
handle
tell
hierarchies?
me one thing, okay, you ask him few questions. Is this data is going to be changed every day, or is this data we need to load it on every day, or like it's a one time setup and we need not to worry
It's
about.
it it may not be a one-time setup.
Then
I
th-
I don't know. I have to check this question
okay,
because
I'll
if it
tell
is a
you the
one,
things. Okay,
yeah.
mostly
Mm,
wherever I worked it and I have done the implementation for the sales
mm,
hierarchy data. They would do daily refresh, means a daily
daily
data load.
refresh. Okay.
Means whatever
Daily data.
data is going to be changed in your upstream system, who is maintaining the sales hierarchy data, that data should
Mm,
flow to our commission system every day, and commission should itself identify which is a new record. If in this
correct.
case the way I mentioned, then you need to go
Yeah.
with a custom setup or custom implementation. So if you are going to take, okay, I'll tell you the whatever implementation I told you is it was before like last year, and
Yeah.
implementation which is SAP is offering from the this year or the coming year, they are offering
Yeah.
commission implementation with their uh, products only. That is the SAP data sphere. For you can
Yeah.
use it as a landing pad like one. Okay, where platform as a service, where you will get whatever softwares you want to install it, you can do it, and you can
Mm,
customize data the way you want it, and then send that particular on demands to the commission.
mm,
Okay,
mm, mm.
and the whatever SAP commission they are offering, that is based on the HANA version. They stopped on the Oracle version. Basically, they don't want to sell the SAP commission or the incentive management with the Oracle, because that was a Kalidas solution. They will have
Correct.
their UI and they will have a database from the Oracle. So
Okay.
they are offering HANA based solutions only. HANA as a DB,
Oh,
then you will have a SAP commission as a UI. And if you want to do the custom thing, then you will have your uh, SAP data sphere for the custom thing.
oh, okay.
Okay, so it
Okay.
would,
Okay.
and the data sphere and other things, they will do the cloud computation there for charges and everything. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
so first you need to specify your requirement and you need to target a particular budget. Okay, how
Mm,
much budget you want to put it on this, and the way you can put it the things. So there are
mm,
multiple ways also you can do it. Okay, you can go for the other clouds also, where you can have a your data integration work, and you just need to have a communication between SAP commission or the incentive management to your other cloud, and you can send the file via between SFTP server or any other thing which you want to put it as MFT, anything which can have
mm,
your encryption, decryption, all the things, because that is required
mm.
if whenever you are communicating between two clouds. So that
Correct.
way you can do it. Mostly,
That I need to check. That I need to
mostly,
check how the setup is going to be,
okay,
because this is a very scratch implementation for us.
okay,
Given a black box to us, given an empty box to us, and we
okay,
have to implement SAP commissions over there based on our client's requirements, based
mm,
on our client's environment. Sorry.
okay,
So that is what we need to do, and that's why I took up this training, and then though I don't have much of a background, but I have the flavor of how it works because I've been with
okay,
SAP. I know how SAP products works.
correct.
So I can relate to it, maybe not very technically, but I have senior technical people who are with me who can help me out as well. So how our team is, we've got a super technical people where they are day in, day out working with the client. I'm not I'm not that person. I'm not a super technical person, but I'm a technical come pre-sales person. So if
Okay,
I have any technical problem that I face or I don't understand, I will immediately go to my super technical person
technical.
and my senior person. And then I will ask him, look, this is the thing. How does this work? And he'll explain it to me or he'll show it to me how it works because he's got the entire uh, idea of how the system is set up and how the
Okay,
process works. And he is day in, day out technically working in it. So he understands how the architecture is and how two systems can bind and how the data can flow. So he'll understand all that technicalities. For me, I
okay,
just need to understand how the system is set up and how I can work in that system to understand I need to understand the process. One, I need to understand how the system is set up and how do we use the system day in, day out, be it data load, be it configuring the org structure, be it, implementing rules or, doing all this. I need to understand that. And I need to understand how I can merge my customers' requirements and our environment, and how does that whole thing flow? I can do that.
okay.
I can
And how
understand that
many
process.
how many pays are you expecting? Any
Uh,
rough
I
idea?
I have no clue on those technicalities.
Okay, not
I
an issue.
I have seen it. I have seen the Excel, but I did not pay attention because this was early on to my
Stage.
training. I have seen the presentation. I'm sorry, the Excel sheet that was provided as to what the customer's requirements are. It could be this information is available over there.
Yeah,
Uneven
not an
information
issue.
about
You can check
highlight
it
is
later
available.
on the way
Yeah.
you want it. Okay. And you are located basically in the USA?
No, I'm in Sydney.
Okay, Australia. Okay.
I am
Understood.
in Sydney, but I'm flying to Bangalore next month. First week I'll be there. So while I'm there in Bangalore, I want to get this training, and hence I want to, that's how I came across HKR training.
Okay. Okay, not an
But it
issue.
was really nice meeting you, Sachin, and
Yeah.
knowing that you're meeting a senior person who's worked in this area and who understands this language because not many people are aware of commission. Because what I've
Yes.
been browsing around for past 3 weeks in the market, in Bangalore market, I've come across a lot of consulting training centers who've got consultants who say yes, but they're all specialized in the compensation side. EC side,
Okay.
employee central side. We don't touch
Understood.
that side at all. We don't even go to that side at all. They're all experts in fixed and variable pays and everything. Well, you're the first person who understands what my requirements are and who's who understands what I want. So, definitely now I'll get back, and yeah, I can then, come back to you on exactly what my requirements are.
Yeah, not an issue.
My requirements is exactly what you have discussed. It's exactly the whole setup right now, what
Yes,
you've
yes.
discussed.
I
Because
can
you worked in
guide
it,
you and
you
I can
understand.
explain you.
Yeah, yeah, you can understand, given a scenario, given the customer requirements, you can very quickly understand their environment and say, hey, this is how it can be implemented and commissioned because you worked in it.
Yes. We can have
So,
further discussion once you are in India. Okay.
yeah, definitely, Sachin.
Not an
And
issue.
thank you so much for this time. I really appreciate this. I will definitely get back to HKR and then, organize